Hi, welcome to Mamas and Mannies. I'm your host, Trina. This is a short form podcast for mamas that are looking for a quick burst of me time. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button and share this with another mama that is looking for 100 days of self-care to round out her summer and just spend some me time to herself. Before we get into this week's self-care days, let's go ahead and go over the motivational quote, our mantra for the week. This week's quote says, if you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at will change. Work hard to find positivity in everything. Again, that quote says, if you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at will change. Work hard to find positivity in everything. Guess what time it is? It's mama time. This week's mama time is going to be continuing with our 100 days of self-care for the summer, our 100 days of me time. Days 66 through 72 are as follows. Day 66, watch a comedy show. So you can do this a number of ways. You can actually go to a comedy show, especially since it's summertime. You have shows coming up all the time. You can watch a great comedy show on Netflix or any other streaming platform, HBO, wherever you can get a comedy show at. I think those are great to watch. It's a lot of them out there, from comedians, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Wanda Sykes had one a few years ago that was funny. Just a lot of people have great comedy shows that you can catch up on. Number 67, or day 67, start a bullet journal. So when I actually saw this, I had to look up what a bullet journal was. So I went right over to Google. I'm using Google's AI. I forgot, is it called Gemini, I think? Is that Google's AI? Yeah. Okay, so Google's AI is Gemini. It just comes up when you put in what is something. So a bullet journal is a hybrid of a planner, a to-do list, and a diary that helps users organize their thoughts, tasks, and events. The bullet journal method uses a process called rapid logging, which involves taking short notes and using symbols to categorize and track them. The goal is to help users track the past, organize the present, and plan for the future. Okay, so the bullet journal actually is a lot. It sounds like it's a great journal for moms if you're into that. It sounds like it allows you to do multiple things at once. They sell bullet journals on Amazon. I've seen them just looking through journals. I have seen them Amazon, Walmart, anywhere you can pick up a planner from. And you could probably even just create one. Let's see, just using, like, it's back to school shopping right now. So you could probably just create one if you wanted to do one. Now I can't see inside of one. Like, pick up one for back to school shopping, or use like a composition notebooks. Composition notebooks have really changed. So doing something, getting something more affordable, if you don't want to put a lot of money into a bullet journal, a composition notebook would be great too. If you could section it off, that'd be just as good as well. You can pick those up. What are they, 50, 75 cents? So you can pick that up right now and get going on a bullet journal to keep track of your tasks, all the events you have coming up, and just things that you have to do. Day 68, make a vision for your future. Wow, that is a big one. And that can be whatever you want it to be. It could be short. Your future could be next week, the first few months when back to school starts, for the rest of the year. Make a vision for your future, whatever that looks like. 5 years, 10 years, 2 years. You can come up, or you decide how long you want it to be. Day 69, enjoy a hobby you used to love. So one thing, me and my husband, we went on our first bike ride several years ago, maybe about 10. But before then, I actually hadn't been on a bike probably, I think when I fell off a bike when I was a young child. And, getting back on a bike was a struggle because I didn't want to just go on a bike in the street. I think the city that we were in, they had like bike lanes, and I had never rode in a bike lane. Here in Metro Atlanta, you can ride in a bike lane, but it's kind of like we don't have the best bike paths. And especially at that time, like I said, it could have been about 5 to 7 years ago. So we didn't have great bike paths like we do now. But the city that we were in, they still have great bike paths. So you could go on the street, you can go on the actual bike path or in the bike lane. That's what I'm trying to say, bike lane. And you can do that. And I was hesitant about going in the bike lane because, again, back then I hadn't ridden a bike in a while. So once I got over that fear, we were able to ride around that particular city. I think it was, what was the city? Oh, Minneapolis. So we rode around that city, had a great time. And then I really picked up bike riding again. When we go to cities now, if they have bikes that you can rent, we love to rent bikes. It's a great way to get around the city. That would be my hobby that I enjoy doing now that I used to love when I was growing up. Comment and let us know, what is your hobby that you used to love to do that you're going to pick up again? That way you can enjoy it even more now. Day 70, practice saying no. This is a big one. I love to bring this up. No is a complete sentence. No is a form of self-care, especially with school starting. Practice saying no to yourself, because when they send all these emails out and these notes home with the kids saying, oh, can you help with this? Can you bring something for the bake sale? Can you volunteer? It's okay to say no. Or in that case, if they're sending something home or via email, it's okay not to respond to that, especially if you already have a lot on your plate. We love to try to help with everything. You can't do that. What I like to do with my daughter is if they have something where you can bring it in a snack or, snack for teachers or the kids, I prefer to do that. I do go up to the school when they have opportunities for volunteering, but if they have where you can send something, I prefer doing that. It allows me to still participate, but it also allows me to put that boundary of I don't have to spend an hour or 2 hours trying to help at the school if I know I have something else to do. So think about that. Think about ways how you're going to practice saying no this upcoming school year, especially with back to school right around the corner. Depending on the state that you're in, here in Georgia, we'll be going back to school within the next few weeks if you are not already in school. Colleges usually go back to school in August as well, and I know our neighbors up north, they usually go back to school at the beginning of September. So back to school is almost here. Faster, it seemed like the summer just flew by. And then we have day 71, take a bubble bath with candles. Always a great idea. Find your favorite bubble bath, get some great scented candles. You can try Bath and Body Works, Yankee Candle, anywhere you can find candles, a relaxing scent to relax your mind and your body. The bubble bath will relax your body. The candles will relax your senses, and just sit back and relax, take an extended bath or even a shower. Well, this was a bubble bath, so take a bath. If you have a bathtub you're able to use, and just enjoy that time. If you don't have a bathtub, you can still take a relaxing shower. It won't be a bubble bath. It won't have bubbles, but you can still take a relaxing shower, and always have candles to make sure bathrooms smell great. It's just a great smell, scent, and a great feeling. And finally, day 72 is spend time in silence. I think, and I did that on purpose, so if you're listening If you're listening right now on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere else you find podcasts, you will know that you are probably thinking, hey, what happened? I decided to take a moment of silence. Just no talking, relaxing, clearing your mind. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube at Mommas and Manny's, you saw me hesitate and stop and kind of knew that I was taking a moment of silence. That's a big one, especially when you have kids that love to talk. Depending on the age of your kids, younger kids love to talk, older kids probably not so much. But take some time in silence. If you don't do any other day, if you don't do days 66 through 71, definitely spend some time in silence. You can do that in your car. You can do that when your kids are back at school and it's just you at home. Or if you have an office at work, you can close the door and just spend some time in silence. Always a great thing. Again, days 66 through 72 are as follows. Watch a comedy show is day 66. Day 67, start a bullet journal. Day 68, make a vision for your future. Day 69, enjoy a hobby you used to love. Day 70, practice saying no. Day 71, take a bubble bath with candles or a shower. Day 72, spend time in silence. Please leave a comment below and let us know which days you're going to be doing from this week and which days you're going to continue on, because I think practice saying no and spending time in silence is something you can do several times a week, not just this particular week during the 100 Days of Self-Care Challenge. Hit the like button, share this with another mama, hit the bell for notifications so you'll know when we come out with new episodes on Monday. Catch us on our YouTube channel at Mommas and Manny's, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you get your podcasts from at Mommas and Manny's. And as always, remember that me time is essential and it is never selfish. Have a great week, mamas.